What if your thoughts, your choices, even your deepest beliefs weren't really your own? What if, right now, someone was subtly steering your decisions, your emotions, your very sense of reality? How would you know? And more importantly, could you resist? Welcome to the world of psychological manipulation, a world where invisible hands shape destinies, and the line between influence and control blurs into shadow. Part 1. The word conjures images of puppet strings, shadowy figures, and sinister plots. But the truth is far more complex and far more common. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded by attempts to influence us. Advertisements, politicians, even friends and family. But where does persuasion end and manipulation begin? Let's break down the most common manipulation techniques. Some you'll recognize. Others may surprise you. Part 2. The classic techniques and how they work. Ever notice how you feel more comfortable with someone who gestures like you or uses similar words? That's Smiringa technique, where the manipulator subtly copies your behavior to build trust and rapport. It's used everywhere, in sales, negotiations, even dating. Humans are wired to return favors. Manipulators exploit this by giving you a compliment, a small gift, knowing you'll feel compelled to give back, often more than you received. These techniques play with our sense of consistency and fairness. Foot in the door. Start with a small request, then escalate to a bigger one. Door in the face. Start with an outrageous request, get refused, then ask for something smaller. The real goal all along. First impressions matter. Anchoring sets a reference point like a high price in a negotiation, so everything that follows seems more reasonable by comparison. Over time, the victim loses confidence in their own perceptions, becoming dependent on the manipulator for validation. Limited time offer. Scarcity makes us value things more, and manipulators use it to trigger urgency and impulsive decisions, only to left. Perhaps the most insidious technique, gaslighting, is about making someone doubt their own reality. It's a gradual process, denying events, belittling feelings, creating confusion. Part 3. The dark side manipulation in history. They isolated followers, controlled information, and used love-bombing, overwhelming affection to build loyalty. Manipulation isn't just a personal tool. It's been used to shape societies, topple governments, and even start wars. From Nazi Germany's orchestrated rallies to modern social media campaigns, propaganda uses repetition, emotional appeals, and selective information to mold public opinion. Propaganda is manipulation on a grand scale. It's about creating a reality so convincing people stop questioning and start believing. Cult leaders like Jim Jones and Charles Manson mastered manipulation. Once trust was established, they escalated to fear, threats, and total domination. Part 4. The science of influence. Famous experiments. In the 1960s, Stanley Milgram asked, "How far will people go when ordered to harm another?" The experiment, meant to last 2 weeks, was stopped after 6 days due to psychological harm. Volunteers, believing they were giving electric shocks to a stranger, obeyed authority even when they thought they were causing real pain. 65% delivered what they believed were lethal shocks, simply because an authority figure told them to. Philip Zimbardo's infamous study turned college students into guards and prisoners. Within days, guards became cruel, prisoners submissive. Playing the victim, love-bombing, and the silent treatment are all tools manipulators use to get their way. It showed how easily ordinary people can be manipulated by roles and authority. In 1967, a high school teacher created a fascist movement as a classroom experiment. Within days, students adopted uniforms, salutes, and slogans demonstrating how quickly manipulation can create conformity and obedience. Part 5. Everyday manipulation. Are you being controlled? Clickbait and targeted ads are designed to hijack your attention and influence your choices, often without you realizing it. Manipulation isn't just for cults and experiments. It happens every day in relationships, workplaces, and online. Guilt tripping, from credit stealing to blackmail. Manipulation at work can be subtle or overt. Techniques include withholding information, spreading rumors, playing on insecurities, moving the goalposts constantly, changing expectations. Algorithm. Part 6. The psychology behind manipulation. Why are we so vulnerable to manipulation? It comes down to basic human needs: the need for acceptance, the desire for certainty, the fear of missing out, the instinct to trust authority. Manipulators exploit these needs, using charm, coercion, and even kindness to get what they want. Manipulation works because it targets our deepest drives. The more aware you are, the harder you are to control. Part 7. The ethics of manipulation. Is all manipulation bad? Not necessarily. Parents use it to teach children. Therapists use it to help clients change. The difference is intent. Are you helping or harming? But when manipulation crosses into deception, coercion, or abuse, the consequences can be devastating. Part 8. How to recognize and resist manipulation. So, how can you protect yourself? Sudden feelings of guilt or obligation, confusion or self-doubt, pressure to make quick decisions, isolation from friends or support. Set boundaries. Say no without guilt. Ask questions, don't accept vague answers. Take time before making decisions. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Seek outside perspectives. Educate yourself. Learn about manipulation techniques. Practice critical thinking. Stay informed about digital influence tactics. Part 9. Manipulation in the modern world today. Manipulation is more sophisticated than ever. Social media platforms use algorithms to keep us scrolling. Political campaigns micro-target voters with personalized messages. Even artificial intelligence can be used to nudge our behavior. The challenge is to stay aware, question what we see, and guard our autonomy. We're living in an age of invisible influence. Part 10. The power of awareness. Manipulation thrives in the shadows, but knowledge is light. The more you understand how manipulation works, the less power it has over you. So, next time you feel a tug on your emotions, a nudge toward a decision, or a whisper of doubt, ask yourself, who benefits? Is this my choice or someone else's? Closing the hidden hand of manipulation is everywhere, but so is your power to resist. Stay curious, stay critical, and remember, the mind is the ultimate frontier. Guard it well.